Let's start by saying welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome, there we go. Right, so let's look at this first thing. They tell us we need to think about the result. And when they say the result, what do they mean by that? The result is, everyone, the result is what happens because of something. So the result is what happens after this. So let's see, read the sentence for me, Peter. What does it say? Can you read that for me, Peter?
I forgot my wallet at home.
That's right. I forgot my wallet at home. So they want to know what happens after that. What is the result? So what do you think, Peter? What happens after that? I forgot my wallet at home. What happens next? What do you do?
Don't.
What?
I will go at home and check that.
Yes, that's right. And fetch my wallet. There we go. So I will go home and fetch my wallet. There we go. That's right. So that is the result. Because I forgot my wallet at home, what must I do? I will go home and fetch my wallet. That is the result. Okay, so let's try another one quickly. Let's see if you can read this one for me. Mia, read the sentence. James?
James was late for the
Rehearsal.
Yesterday.
There we go. James was late for the rehearsal yesterday. So everyone, what is a rehearsal? A rehearsal.
What is the rehearsal?
Ah, yes, a rehearsal. Say that again for me. Rehearsal.
Rehearsal.
There we go. If you are an actor and you are in a show, then you need to practice, and that is called rehearsal. If you are a singer in a band, then you need to practice, and that is called rehearsal. So when you need to practice together with other people, if you are an actor or a singer or a musician, then that is called rehearsal. So when you practice together as a band, practice together as a band or an actor or a singer, that is called rehearsal. Okay, so let's think, and Mia, I want you to tell me, what do you think? What is the result? What happens after this? James was late for the rehearsal or the practice yesterday. So what happens after that? James was late for the rehearsal yesterday.
James was late.
So what do you think? What happened after that? What happened after that? What do you think? What happened after that, Mia? James was late for the rehearsal yesterday, so he said, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry,
right.
I'm late.
That's right. I'm sorry I'm late. Absolutely. Well done. Very good. I'm sorry I'm late. There we go. I'm sorry I'm late. There we go. So when they talk about the result, everyone, they are talking about what happened after this. So James was late for the rehearsal yesterday. So what happened? He said, I'm sorry I'm late. That's what happened next. Right? Okay. All right. So let's quickly look at this one over here. Let's try one more. Peter, read that for me. He
missed it. The school bus this morning.
Yes, he missed the school bus this morning. He missed the school bus this morning. So what is the result?
The result is, I'm sorry because I missed the bus.
Yes, that's right. So you could say, I'm sorry because I missed the bus. Or you could also say, he missed the school bus this morning, so he was late for school, right? That's what happened afterwards,
yes.
right? And, there we go. He was late for school. So that is the result, everyone. Can you see the result is what happened afterwards? He was late for school. So The first part says he missed the school bus this morning. And then what is the result? He was late for school. He was late for school. Okay, so everyone, let's see. This is what we are talking about today. First, we are going to talk about using the word so as a conjunction. So remember, a conjunction is a word that joins two pieces of a sentence together. Okay, a conjunction joins two parts of a sentence together. So we can have a look here and we can see it says, they have cars and bicycles. They don't have to walk. Now, if we put so in the middle, then it joins those two sentences. They have cars and bicycles, so they don't have to walk. Can you see? So the word so joins the two pieces of the sentence. And what do we have here? We have the cause and the result. Can you see? The cause is the thing that happens first, and the result is the thing that happens next. Okay, they don't have to walk is the result. Why? They have cars and bicycles. So the cause is the first thing that happens. They have cars and bicycles. So what is the result? They don't have to walk. Can you see that, everyone? So when we use the word so, we can join two pieces of a sentence together. And first we will have the cause. This is the reason why. And then we will have the result. What happens? They don't have to walk. Okay, now let's look at another conjunction. That is the conjunction so. If we use the conjunction because, can you see here they say because, they use the same sentence, but now it is the other way around. Can you see they start by saying what is the reason, or sorry, the result. The result is they don't have to walk. Because why? They have cars and bicycles. So can you see, everyone? If we use because in the middle of the sentence, then it is the other way around. So here is number one, and here is number two. Can you see that? When because is in the sentence in the middle, then we first have the result, and then we have the cause. Okay? But if we are talking about a sentence with so in the middle, then we will start with number one, the cause, and then we will have the result. Can you see that, everyone? So it's exactly the opposite. When you have because in the middle, then the sentence is the other way around. Can you see? They have cars and bicycles, so they don't have to walk. They don't have to walk because they have cars and bicycles. So can you see when we use because, then we have the result first and then the cause second, okay? When because is in the middle. So let's look at the rules quickly here. So they show us if we use the word so, all right, then first we have the cause, why, and then we have the result, what happens, okay? But if we use the word because in the middle, then first we have what happens, and then we have why, the cause. Okay, so that is the opposite way around. Can you see these are exactly the opposite? But everyone, if you use because at the beginning of the sentence, so if you have because at the beginning of the sentence, then you will have the cause and then the result. Okay, so let's have a look quickly at the example. Read this one for me, Peter.
And bicycles, so they don't have to walk.
Okay, so that is the first one there. Can you see? It says they have cars and bicycles, so they don't have to walk. Can you see that? So we have the cause, they have cars and bicycles, and then we have so, and then we have the result. The result, they don't have to walk. Now, if we look at the other one, the one with because in the middle, read this one for me, Mia.
They have to walk because they have cars and bicycles.
Yes, so can you see, if we look at that, then it says the result, they don't have to walk because, and the cause is they have cars and bicycles. Can you see? It's exactly the other way around. So here they have cars and bicycles, and there they have cars and bicycles is first. Can you see that? So when we use because in the middle of the sentence, then we have it the other way around. We start with the result and we then have the cause. But remember, everyone, here's the tricky part. If you use because at the beginning of the sentence, then it is cause first and result second. Okay, so if you say, let's write this quickly, because, we can say, because they have cars and bicycles, they don't have to walk. So can you see here, we have the word because at the beginning. And so that is why we have the cause. They have cars and bicycles, the same as when we use so. They don't have to walk. Sorry, that should be they don't have to walk. The second part, they don't have to walk. That is the result. So if you have because at the beginning of the sentence, then you will have the cause and then the result. Okay, so let's see if we can look at some other examples of that quickly, everyone. Let's go. Let's try. Let's see if we can play a game and win the Soccer World Cup. All right, so Peter, look at this first sentence. Most people
like watching comedy. It's very interesting.
Now, what do you think? Do we say so or because? Most people like watching comedy.
Be so.
Try again. So, are you sure? Let's see. Most people like. I think it's because. Yes, I think because most people like watching comedy because it's very interesting. There we go. So remember, we've got because in the middle. So the cause over here, this is the cause. Why do people like watching comedy? Because it's very interesting. And then we have the result. Most people like watching comedy because it's very interesting. Let's kick the ball. Let's see. Here we go. Because. Well done. There we go. You scored a goal. Okay, good job. So well done, Peter. That was good. Let's try another one. So let's see. Mia, read the sentence.
I need my pen pal today, so I have to go out.
Very nice. So I have to go out. Absolutely. Good job. Thank you. I meet my pen pal today, so I have to go out. Very nice. Thank you, Mia. Well done. Okay, so Peter, let's try this one. We decide
to stay at home because it's raining heavily.
Very nice. We decide to stay at home because it's raining heavily. Well done. Here we go. Because. Well done. Thank you. Good job. All right. Very nice. So, Mia, let's try this one. I forgot.
Forgot to bring the map. So I got lost.
Absolutely. Very good. I forgot to bring the map, so I got lost. Well done. Thank you. Very nice. Okay. Right. So let's try this one. Peter, he failed.
He failed the exam at the end because.
Let's see. He failed the examination because.
He didn't study hard.
Are you sure?
He didn't study hard.
There we go. He didn't study hard. That's right. So let's look at that again. He failed the examination. This is another word for exam, right? Exam. There you can see exam, examination. So that's another way of saying exam. He failed the examination because he didn't study hard. Well done. There we go. He didn't study hard. Okay, good job. Thank you. Now, I think that was it. Yeah. Oh, here's another one. Okay, Mia, let's try this one. She likes.
We like watching cartoons because because they are colorful.
Yes, colorful and funny. Let's see. Because. Yes, well done. There we go. Good job. She likes watching cartoons because they are colorful and funny. Well done. Thank you. Very nice. She likes watching cartoons because they are colorful and funny. Okay, thank you. That's great. So, well done. Okay, everyone, well done. You won the soccer cup. Now, let's see if we can rewrite some sentences. So have a look at this one. So Peter, you're going to do the first one, all right? It says, he was lazy, so he got a bad mark. So now they want you to change so, and they want you to use because. Can you make the sentence using because instead of so?
He was lazy because he don't he didn't study hard.
Okay, but now use the words that they've got here. Let's see. So let's see. How do we start? Remember, if we use because, remember, Peter, if we use because in the middle of the sentence, then we must change things around. Remember? So what do we say?
He got a bad mark because he was lazy.
Aha, very good. He got a bad mark because he was lazy. Very nice, thank you. Okay, so Mia, can you do this one? Can you change the word so and use because?
Because I'm interested in the history of television, I have read a lot of books about it.
Amazing, very nice, good job. That's right, yes. So Mia put because at the beginning of the sentence, and then you can keep the same order. Remember, if because is at the beginning, then it can stay the same. Because I am interested in the history of television, I've read a lot of books about it. So that is when you have because at the beginning. Remember, we can also put because in the middle, and we could say it like this. We could say, I've read a lot of books about it because I am interested in the history of television.
Television.
There we go. That's right. So you can see there, if you have because in the middle, then you must change the order of the sentences. Okay. All right. But if you start with because, then you can keep it the same. Because I am interested. Okay. Good job. Thank you. Well done, Mia. All right. Let's try this one. Peter. So, can you use the word so, please?
Feeling tired, so I went to bed when I got home.
Perfect, thank you. Yes, I was feeling tired, so I went to bed when I got home. Very nice, thank you. Okay, Mia. Because.
Because I didn't have enough money, so I didn't buy that car.
Almost,
I didn't
almost.
buy that car.
Yes, try one more time.
Not
Because.
so.
There we go.
Because I didn't have enough money, I didn't buy that car.
Perfect, very nice. That's right, yes. And of course, remember, you could also have because in the middle, and then you can say, I didn't buy that car. I didn't buy that car because I didn't have enough money. So you could do it either way. You can have because at the beginning, or you can have because in the middle, but then you must remember to change the order of the sentence. So that's perfect. Well done, Mia. You can say, because I didn't have enough money, I didn't buy that car. Perfect. Okay, good job. Did I give you a point? Well done. Okay, let's try this one. Peter.
John couldn't because he felt very tired, so John couldn't get out of the bed. No. He felt tired, so John couldn't get out of the bed.
Very good. Yes, that's perfect. Well done. Well done. That's right. Yes, you can say he felt very tired, so John couldn't get out of the bed. Absolutely. Or you could say John. So here they've also just changed the name because they wanted to use his name at the beginning, but it doesn't matter. You can say he felt very tired, so John couldn't get out of the bed. Very nice. Good job. You've put so in the middle. Very nice. Thank you. Okay, so let's try this one. Mia, number 6.
He was standing in the sad so I could not see his face clearly.
Very good. Excellent. That's right. He was standing in the shadow, so I could not see his face clearly. Perfect. Wonderful. Very nice, everyone. Okay, let's quickly look at another grammar point, everyone, because our time is almost up. So number 2 that we are talking about today is verb with ing. A verb with ing and as a subject. So remember, the subject, everyone, is usually at the beginning of the sentence, and the subject is the person who does something. So here we use a verb with ing at the end of it, and we start the sentence by saying, hiking is one of my favorite activities. Okay, so there we have the verb with ing as a subject. Okay, so they also call that a gerund. That is the name for a verb with ing like this. It's called a gerund. Okay, and so they tell us here that we have the verb with ing and then we have a singular verb afterwards. Okay, can you see that? So let's have a look and let's see if we can do some examples. So read this one. Peter, quickly read this one. Reading.
He falls asleep.
Yes, reading before bed helps me fall asleep. So can you see, everyone? We have the gerund clause. This is called the gerund clause, the words with that gerund. And then we have a singular verb. It helps me. It helps me. So it's a singular verb. Okay, everyone. So here we have the gerund. Hiking is a verb with ing. Hiking is one of my favorite activities. Reading before bed helps me fall asleep. That is the singular verb. Okay, so everyone, I see our time is up. So next time we will have a look at some more of the words that we talked about with inventions, everyone. I will see you next time. Thank you, Mia. Thank you, Peter. Have a great weekend. Goodbye.